Hello, good morning and welcome. I'm Mark Cooper and here we are at Landford Lakes, one of my favourite areas, and this morning it's absolutely raining cats and dogs. In fact, it's so dark I better stick some illumination on. Yeah, is that any better? Anyway, the reason we're here today, and we got a bit diverted from our usual projects, is for an otter. I had this tip off. Somebody came into my shop, a local fisherman who usually fishes here at Landford Lakes, and he said, oh, we're not bothering at the moment because there's an otter and 2 kits. So we're not going anywhere fast this morning on Camilla and I, so as it is absolutely tipping down. One tip I would make on this video is don't photograph in rain and wind. You can probably get away with just wind, no problem at all, but you can't get away with a combination of rain and wind. Anyway, so we're waiting until it stops. Apparently the forecast is to stop. The advantage of getting here now is the fact we've got the car park to ourselves. Surprisingly enough, nobody else is mad enough to go out in this weather. So yeah, definitely no anglers around and nobody else. Just the way we like it on Camilla and I. So what are we packing today on Camilla and I? Well, yesterday I did come out and scout the area with my 600mm, which is not really a good move. Somebody was going around far more flexibly, far more sensibly with a zoom lens, and indeed that's what I've done this morning. And I'm packing the Sony A1 with the 100 to 400mm lens on, and mounted on the cotton carrier chest mount. This is for instant access and stealthy slow movements, because as we know, otters do not like mankind. So what I'm hoping for on Camilla and I is that the 2 younger sort of pups, kits, are not as shy as the mother. I've already seen the mother yesterday. I did see the mother disappear across the lake. I'm taking it for granted it's the mother. Could be the father, I suppose. But the 3 of them have been seen here. So we will be taking a close look. So yeah, so the idea is extra stealth. But the idea here is to remain low. And we're going to use the pontoons around Landford Lakes, which the fishermen normally fish on, lie down nice and flat, get nice and muddy, dirty, and use the German army camping mat, superb, and we're going to lie on that and wait, hopefully in strategic areas, for the otters to come in. Of course we may get absolutely nothing at all, but this is the only place I have to date actually got a photograph of the otter, so a link to a photograph of an otter taken in this very thing, literally 50 metres from where I am now, off the first pontoon at Landford Lakes. And indeed that's where I saw 2 photographers yesterday, just parked up on chairs waiting for a performance. And indeed yesterday I was treated to a number of sightings of the kingfisher. They were distant sightings. I'll link to a couple of shots of a kingfisher fishing on Brockbank Lake. So anyway, as well as raining absolute cats and dogs here, there are predicted 30 to 40 mile an hour winds as well. We don't always do it easy on Camilla and I. The advantage we have is it's our local area. So anyway, and indeed I won't be getting out of the car much before it stops raining. Pretty pointless. Wind and rain do not mix with wildlife photography. So yeah, try and avoid it. Well, what an incredible day on Camilla and I. Amazing weather. Unbelievable. Just demonstrating that you cannot photograph in wind and rain. Yep, wind and rain is beyond even Camilla and I. So yeah, we don't recommend shooting in the rain. But it did eventually clear up, and I did get some nice action of a cormorant fishing. So yeah, linked to cormorant fishing, made a couple of dives in Brockbank Lake, Landford Lakes, and yeah, I got a little bit of footage of that, because it did turn out beautiful in the end. I mean, we've got beautiful blue skies now, but it's still 30 to 40 mile an hour winds. So we had to stop filming at Landford Lakes because the half of Salisbury turned up when the sun came out, so it was always on. So I never did catch up with the otter and half the family. So never mind, but we'll be back. In the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, we will be back. So I just stopped off in the Woodford Valley on the way home, just to complete what's been quite a pleasant morning despite the atrocious weather. It's still been well worthwhile getting out. So a tip, yeah, if it's going to clear up, get out early, and yep, it can be pretty good. Stormy weather is often quite good, because we ended up here in the Woodford Valley, and I thought just to come in on the way home, and I thought we'd photograph the red kites and buzzards if around in the valley. And obviously, knowing the wind conditions and this slope area, I had a good hunch that they would be hunting in this valley this morning, and I was able to get a little bit of footage and whatnot. So I'll just play out with a bit of footage and video and a couple of stills. Well, thanks for watching an episode of Camilla and I. Bye from Plan B. Still in the car because it's so windy out there. You wouldn't be able to hear me talk. So, yep, we're in the Woodford Valley. So, bye for now. Have a good one.